Hello and welcome back. Let's talk about another group which we will be looking at under the Insert tab. So before I do that, let me just delete these items because I no longer need them. Okay. Okay, so that is also gone. Good. So let's go back to the Insert tab and let's talk about Sparklines. So Sparklines basically give you some mini charts. So it can be probably you want a bar chart to illustrate or depict Q1 to Q4 so that you can distinguish between the bars, which one is the highest, which one follows next. So what I'll do is I'll highlight and use our previous knowledge and zoom to selection so that we can see in full glare what we are doing. So go back to insert, then I will highlight and select lines. So the data range you want is what? B2 through to E2. So that's E2. That's what I want. And I'll click on what? Okay. Let me select the location. Okay. So I'll pick line. So the location range is F2. And the range for the data is this. So once I click on OK, automatically, you see, it tells me that, okay, this is Q1. It fell to Q2, Q3 rows, Q4 rows. Then we can as well talk about autofill. So once I do that, it gives you some simple charts just to help you know that, okay, this is how the data looks like. So once you insert, automatically it gives you a contextual tab. So the contextual tab, you can decide to change it to column if you want it columns, if you want as a win or loss situation, but this data does not come with a win or loss, so we won't really see that. But I'll give you a couple of practice exercises which will take you through that for you to see how it works. Then we can also talk about the high point and the low point. So which one is the high point? So it gives us that. Which one is our lowest point? It gives us that particular color combination. Do we have negative points? No, we don't, because they're all positive values. So what's the first point? The first point. What is the last point? So basically that is how it works. So you need to explore the contextual tab, and this one is fairly straightforward. You can also talk about the styles if you don't like how it looks. So light green, you click, it is applied. If you don't want this particular color, you can just pick any of the colors which you prefer, but make sure you know the names, because that is what really matters in the exam, knowing where to find it and actually finding the exact tool for the work. So we have what? Brown, sparkline, style, accent to darker 50%. So it depends on you, the individual, and what you want to do with it. Then you have sparkline color, you can change it if you don't want the predefined colors. Then marker color, the negative point, you can change it. It shouldn't be always red. So I can change it to, let's say, green. Sparkline color, marker color, negative point, high point. So if I click on high point, let's see. Okay. So there's a sparkline color. So high point, I can change it to yellow. So once I do that, you see the effect. Then we also talk about the axis. So general axis type is a date axis type. So if you have dates, you can pick the date. So you just need to explore. If you want to show axis, I don't think axis is needed here. Plot data right to left, automatic. So I want you to explore these options and see what it can do for you. Then you have what on group. Then you have what group. So basically that is it. If you want to clear selected sparklines, then it's gone. You don't have sparklines. So that is that for the sparklines section. So I'll go for line again, my data range. The data lookup range should only be F2. Okay, then the data range should be this, B2 through to that. So once I do that, I can do my autofill. Hold down, drag, then I get this particular thing done. So that's for Sparklines. Then let's talk about Links Group. Then I'll end the session. Then I'll come back to talk about chat. Then we'll finally conclude with form, and that should conclude the insert tab. But I promised you to go back to the pivot tables when we get to Excel Expert. Okay, so assuming you want to link this, once I click on Park or Open here, it should go to my fit table and take me to row number 16. So how do you do that? And that is where hyperlinks comes in. So once I click on link, then we have these options available to us. So we can link it to a web address. So as soon as I click on the name, it takes me to that particular web page. So we'll do that for you to see. Let me connect to my tablenet. So I want to link this particular name to my website. So www.fitgh.net. So once I do that, I click on OK, then the hyperlink comes. So once I click on it, it will open my web browser and take me to that particular website. So I don't need to type visit my website at www. So you can just say about the company, then you insert the website link as a hyperlink to that particular text. Where is it? Okay, so it is opening. So it opens with Internet Edge. So that is basically what we mean by hyperlinks. So it opens up, then you work with it. So I'll go back to working with my Excel. Then we can also talk about linking this within the worksheet. So if we want to link this, okay, I want to link it to a place in this document. So if it is this, okay, I'm linking it to fit worksheet to a particular cell within that particular worksheet. So I can say, okay, I want to link it to A18. Then with fit selected, I'll click on what? Okay, it's been linked. So anytime I click on it, it will take me to the fit worksheet, cell A18. And I use this principle to design my terminal report system for basic and senior high school. So once you learn the tools, you try to come up with a solution to a particular corporate organization's problem. But I happen to have a background in education, so what I try to do is to solve problems within the educational space using the knowledge in Excel, and which you can make a lot of money out of by just doing that. So I go back to my insert tab. So that's for the links. Then you can also create a new document. So you tell the system to open a new document or linking it to an existing worksheet you've created. So assuming this about summary, but if you want to get to the full picture, you have an entirely different workbook, then you can just click to what? Link it to it. So if I click on change, then I can come and click on, let's say, assignment, then I click on OK. So once I click on OK now, yes. So once I do that, I click, it should open that particular workbook for me. Boom, it opens that workbook. And there is nothing in it. So basically, this is how you link to various areas. Then you can also talk about linking to what? An email address. So you can say, okay, text to display. So the text is that. Email address is fitgh@gmail.com. So the subject, subject line is more information. That's it. Then you click on OK. So anytime the person clicks on it, it opens the mail. You can be using Outlook, then it opens it up. It automatically gives you the subject and the email address you are sending to. Then all the person needs to do is to compose his or her mail, and it will be sent. So Outlook is trying to open. So if you not set up your Outlook, it becomes a very big problem. So you also need to master how to use what Outlook. So once it opens, I've already set up mine. So once you use mail to, I've done my digital signatures and all of that. So automatically fitgh@gmail.com is there. More information is there. So once I do, oh, hello sir. I don't need it now. Okay, cancel. Hello sir. Please provide additional information with regards to the pricing. That's it. Best regards. Then I can make a copy to myself. Then I'll just send. So once I send, it goes through, and we can come and confirm if it indeed came through. So I sent a copy to this particular email. So let's see if a copy will come. My internet is active, so I'm sure it's going to go through. So these are various ways you can use the hyperlink feature of Microsoft Excel. And it also applies to that of Microsoft Word. I think the email is not